Welcome. I'm Pat Soldano, President of Family Enterprise USA. We promote generationally owned family businesses and their lifetime of savings in Washington, D.C. We represent all sizes of businesses and all industries. Very pleased to have with me today Stephanie Larscheid, who is from the Prairie Family Business Association in South Dakota, but I know they cover many more states in South Dakota. And so she's going to talk to us about that today. So Stephanie, will you tell us about your association and the membership?
Yes, so Prairie Family Business Association is 31 years old, and we are a key outreach center of the University of South Dakota's Beacom School of Business. We're headquartered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is South Dakota's largest city. We serve a wide range of family businesses, and our range in terms of geography, our target market is kind of a 350-mile radius around Sioux Falls, which encompasses South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska. And we serve our members virtually very well. And so we have several members from outside that 5-state region, and we're helping them thrive through generations. That's our purpose. That's our mission.
Well, that's terrific. So in terms of the family business members, it is a membership-based organization. How many members do you have currently?
We have 260 businesses who are members of Prairie Family Business Association. They range in size, they range in industry. Most of our members have 50 or less employees. We have several outliers that would have 800 to 1,000 or more employees. And industry-wise, it's a wide range as well. We're fairly heavy in manufacturing, construction, retail, development. Those are some of the higher industries that we serve.
Well, so you mentioned that you do events and workshops virtually, but you also do some events in person, right? I mean, you do have a very large annual event. So maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Yes, our Family Business Conference has been going on for 31 years. Every year we've been in existence, and it's become a very popular gathering of family business owners from across the region and across the country. We had 25 states represented at our Family Business Conference this past April. We hold it each April. We sell out of in-person seats with about 320 people, and then we expand that virtually. People can join the conference, and we have 200 plus people join virtually as well. That's our premier event each year. It keeps families coming back year after year. They want to know what they don't know. They want to learn more from fellow family businesses, from our presenters, from the association.
Well, that's terrific. That's a great turnout and a great event. And I know John Gugliano, who's part of our team at Family Enterprise USA, has attended, and he's spoken very, very highly of it. So kudos to you for making that such a success. So maybe you could talk a little bit about the education around family business. Do you have any courses that you offer? Do you have accreditation programs or anything like that?
Our programs are all through the association and not through the university. And so what we're offering is a lot within peer groups. We have 20 peer groups throughout our membership. 15 of those meet in person, 5 of those are purely virtual, where they're meeting online for their peer groups. We have board boot camps that we put on. We know that families who implement advisory boards and boards of directors lead to a higher percentage of success in transitioning the business and growing the business and creating more value in the business. And so we do some programming around that as well. And then we're doing live case studies, which is conducting family meetings for families online as well.
Well, so I know that many family businesses are very interested in NextGen, and succession planning has always been an issue, bringing the next generation into the family business. But how do you address educating the next generation and including them in your organization and your events?
We do a NextGen retreat every other year. So we held that last in the fall of 2022. We held that in the Black Hills of South Dakota, which is a beautiful location. And we had attendees from 5 states join us. They ranged in age from age 18 up through well into their 40s. And it really empowered them to be educated on what it means to be a family business owner, what it means to lead a family business, how they can be equipped to have conversations with mom and dad, grandpa and grandma, aunts and uncles, siblings. And that was one of the biggest takeaways, is that they don't have to sit back and wait for the senior generation to come and tell them what's going to happen, that they can take some ownership. And with the education that we provide them, they feel like they can come to mom and dad or another family member and say, let's talk about this. There's a lot at stake here for our family, for our business, for our community where we are. Let's figure out how we're going to make this work. I want to make this work in the next generation. I want to be an owner of the business. We're going to need to grow. We're going to need to innovate. We're going to need to have family unity and talk about how we unite as a family around the business. So that really was an impactful event, and we'll hold that again in 2024. And we also have some NextGen peer groups. And similar, they're able to talk about business, family, themselves as a personal development, leadership development. Those are really effective.
Well, and what do you hear from your members in terms of the economic and tax issues that they're wrestling with? As you know, Family Enterprise USA works on tax and economic issues that affect family businesses and at a national level in Washington, D.C. In fact, you were with us in Washington, D.C. You did those Hill visits. You talked to members of Congress and staff members firsthand. But what are you hearing from your members of your association about the challenges that they're facing around some of these tax and economic issues?
One of the things that families come to us with, or that we hear in passing, is my kids can't afford the business. I can't afford to pass it on to the next generation. And so that's a real concern, a valid concern on how they're going to do that, how they're going to take care of their retirement and their future, as well as the needs of the next generation. In terms of economic concerns as well, the ability to keep the business in their local community where they're located and not have to sell to private equity or third party, it's huge for the communities that we serve, especially in our market in the South Dakota region, where it tends to be more rural, and that family business could be the big, huge business in a tiny community. And anything that we can do to help that business stay on and pass to the next generation is extremely important. Our families are worried about income tax rates and how that will affect them and their business decisions and their family decisions. They're worried about regulations. They want to be able to run their business the way that they see fit. And they're concerned about the exemption that is set to expire in terms of the estate tax provision on January 1 of 2026. So we're talking a lot about that, how our families can prepare for what's to come.
Well, that's good to hear. And those are all really important concerns and valid concerns of family businesses. Let's talk about the community giving. We all know that family businesses do a lot of giving to their local communities. And in fact, through the survey that we do every year with Family Enterprise USA, we learned that 80% of them give to their local charities or a local chapter of a national charity. What do you hear from your families? What do you see them doing in their local communities?
Our family businesses are the one whose names are on the new philanthropic initiatives in their communities. They're investing in their communities. They're investing in their downtowns. They're investing in tourism. Tourism is very big in this part of the country. They're investing on a quality of life for the community, the citizens who live there, for the employees, for the family members themselves, and for the tourist attractions that come through their communities. They're really the ones that are known for giving back. If you look at our communities that we serve in our major markets, it's our family businesses. Their names are on buildings, on programs, on initiatives, on parks, and that's really important for our families and for the community itself. It's a huge asset.
So, what do you see the future for the association? Where are you headed, and how do you see your organization moving ahead?
I see an opportunity for us to continue serving more families. There are many families, businesses in this region. In fact, South Dakota was named the #1 state for family businesses in 2022. And that's something that we're really proud of. And we're only serving a small subset of those families. There's so many more families out there that we could be serving, especially in the agriculture area, which is the background that I come from. And there's an opportunity for us to serve more families and to serve the families that we're currently serving better and give them more value. When I talk about board structure and helping them develop that, when we talk about the next generation development, how we're educating and empowering that next generation, the more that we can bring these families together and talk about these governance structures that can really help them succeed and thrive and be a viable business for the next 50 or 100 years, the better off we all are.
Well, that's a good plan. I really applaud you for that. And how can Family Enterprise USA help you with the association and also with your members?
The Family Business Caucus is really exciting and really important. And it was a great experience to be in Washington, D.C. with my colleagues from across the country who are leading family business centers, as well as some family businesses themselves, to hear the issues that they're facing in terms of regulation or immigration or taxes, and how everyone in Washington, D.C. can continue to help family businesses thrive and survive and continue on. It's really important work. And that community that we're building with family businesses is huge. And that's something that we offer with Prairie Family Business, as well as what the work of Family Enterprise USA is doing, that community of uniting around, we're all in this together. Let's move forward on the best path that is best for all concerned around family business.
Well, Stephanie, this has been excellent. I really appreciate your input and you taking the time to be on this video today. We really appreciate your support. We really appreciate all the work that you do at the Prairie Family Business Association. And we look forward to continuing to work with you in the future.
Thank you, Pat. We are grateful for your support and the work that you're doing in Washington, D.C. and all throughout the country. Thank you very much.
All right, you have a great day. Take care.